Today, where in the world will Kyrie land?
Anywhere where the king ain't.
Oh, see what you did there. Did Michael Phelps get eaten by a shark? Well, there's a better chance of that than what you
There was
believe.
supposed to be a shark.
Stop it. Drive-by dunks get weird. Oh, yes. I
This
love
dude is
it.
back!
Plus shin kicking.
Wait, was he supposed to do that?
That's what I thought.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota.
Happy Monday. Welcome to Sports Nation. Beetle, making his debut.
Okay, are we gonna...
welcome.
Is it
Let's just look at the comparisons of what we have going on here. Kids in college, if you're looking to be on television, no, yes.
I did think
Yes.
about wearing my Han Solo Frozen carbonite shirt.
You should have, man.
For you.
So you could teach these kids on college how to be in TV more.
That's not.
That's his
anyway,
fashion hoodie
also,
over
Ramona's
there.
here. I saved her and put her on this side of things. So you guys are here, which means you know what we're going to do. Kyrie all day.
Yay!
Crisis in Cleveland!
Dun, 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 dun.
In a wonderful piece up on ESPN.com, Ramona, Brian Windhorst, and Dave McMenamin document the dysfunction that led to Kyrie wanting out. Now, the piece notes just how difficult it was for former GM David Griffin to manage all those personalities and Dan Gilbert. I'm going to go to you here first. Who do you blame the most? LeBron?
Blame pie.
Or Danny G?
I don't know why this is even a question. Don't even give him a cool name.
Okay.
Danny
No,
Gilbert.
I was going off never mind.
It doesn't matter. No. Dan Gilbert. It's all Dan Gilbert's fault. It's always Dan Gilbert's
Everything
fault,
is.
right? Everything good that happens to this guy is a complete accident. Everything bad that happens to him is all his fault. That may sound unfair until you look at the facts, right? So LeBron and Kyrie were never close or bosom
like that
buddies or
caption,
whatever.
by the way.
At the same time, that's not anything weird or different. This happens on NBA teams all the time. Even everyone's favorite supervillains, the Golden State Warriors, have players that don't like each other. They do? But guess what? Guess what? Yeah, I ain't going to snitch on anyone right now. But you need to have people who can keep the peace, who can manage the tension. David Griffin was that guy. David Griffin kept everything under wraps and kept Kyrie focused, and at the same time kept LeBron in check. And David Griffin.
So there's a little power vacuum, right? David Griffin leaves, and the guy who's been whispering and keeping everybody and giving them back rubs and massaging the situation and ego is gone, right? Okay? And I'm not convinced, though, that even though we have some chaos and dysfunction and all this right now in the middle of July when I was supposed to be on vacation, and we're still
Soon, Ramona.
Soon. I know. I'm counting,
there.
literally counting the days.
Almost there.
I'm not convinced it's a bad thing. They were going to have to trade somebody anyway. Like, LeBron has a no-trade clause, and Chris Haynes reported, obviously, that he is not going to waive that no-trade clause this year, which means you can't trade LeBron. And if he might leave, then the only way this team changes or gets better is to trade Kevin or Kyrie. Kyrie's going to get a lot more. They actually can get a lot for Kyrie. And maybe you get a young player, you get some draft picks, you replenish the stock. This may actually be a net positive for the Cavaliers.
You're such an optimist. Oh,
You're talking to somebody from New York, so this is like nothing compared to the Knicks.
Oh, no, this
Okay,
is
the
it.
Knicks have had a
That's
soap
fair.
opera year-round, all right? It starts with ownership, starts with Dan Gilbert. I'm with Amin on this. I mean, if Dan Gilbert handles David Griffin correctly, okay, I think we're all right with Kyrie and LeBron. Now, would those problems surface later in the season? Absolutely. Would LeBron probably leave at the end of next season?
Sure.
Likely, okay? But it wouldn't be disintegrating this fast, quicker than what happened to Khaleesi and her allies. Spoiler alert. Last night.
You can't be messing up the show.
You're not allowed to do that.
Not everyone got to it last night. Oh,
we did him only.
Yes, you treated me, treated me.
I learned my lesson doing that.
that was really shocking, though.
But I'm saying, like, this is all falling apart so fast.
Yeah.
But I blame it all. It all starts with Dan Gilbert. I mean, yes, everybody plays a part in this. LeBron, Kyrie, obviously. But Dan Gilbert, clearly, it starts with him.
Danny G.
Danny G.
So Kyrie, part of it was he wanted to be the focal point. Well, late Friday, we learned via Chris Haynes that he's got 4 preferred destinations. The Spurs, Knicks,
Yes!
Timberwolves,
Hey.
and the Heat. We also know, he wants to be the man on all those, which I don't know if he's going to be on one of them. Ramon, I'll start with you here. Do you believe a franchise can succeed with him as the dude?
I don't know yet. Like, I know he's really good, and I know that
That's
he
not
is...
how sports television works.
Right, I don't know that...
Gotta say yes or no.
So just go for the hot
Yeah,
take?
just hot take this thing.
I don't see it yet. I don't. Like, when LeBron has been out, he hasn't been able to carry that team. And partially it's because the Cavs are constructed to play around LeBron. But when LeBron is not there, they don't fit around Kyrie the way that they would. Any of those teams, and by the way, it's really nice that he wants like those 4 teams, but like they can trade him anywhere.
Yes, the Spurs have a focal point. Just FYI.
Yeah, look, they can trade him anywhere. That's the problem. Is like, be careful what you wish for. As for a trade, you might end up in Atlanta. As for a trade, you might end up.
I would send him to Orlando.
He might not mind Atlanta now.
As for a trade, you might end up in Utah. Okay.
That one, he might.
There's a lot of places he might end up that he may not want to go. So those 4 teams, that's nice. Okay. If he ends up in New York, that's his hometown. If he ends up in Minnesota, he can play with Jimmy Butler.
Well,
and
that's
all those
just
guys.
fun for everyone.
But like, I don't see how any of those teams. I see he makes those teams better, but I don't know that he can go to a team and you can start to build a team around Kyrie yet because of his game's a one-on-one guy.
But the Spurs is not him being the focal. Can we just?
But, see,
can we asterisk that one, please?
But Michelle, it goes back to: is he leaving because he just wants to be the focal point? But that's
what I'm saying. Then don't say that.
So if it's a list of 10 things, and that's one of the 10 things, but he goes to the Spurs and they satisfy the other 9 things, he's not going home and crying every night.
They would. They would.
I can't take her seriously when she's like that.
The question is, does he want to be the man? Does he want to be the man and win at the same time? Right? I think, like, when you look at those 4 teams, let's cancel the Knicks out. I just don't see him going to the Knicks. I don't see the Knicks.
People bring up the Knicks because that's a leverage builder.
But he grew up in New Jersey.
No, it has nothing. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, sure, but it's a leverage builder. Yeah. That's why you bring up the Knicks.
Yes. When you have Pat Riley at the table in the game, okay, I never underestimate Pat Riley in Miami Heat. Also, his agent,
missed on like the last 5 guys
is Jeff Wexler, right?
Right.
Jeff Wexler used to represent and probably still represents Alonzo Mourning.
Yep.
So he probably has a relationship with Pat Riley very good. So I would not doubt and ever count out Pat Riley.
And he would be the focal point there.
But yeah, so the question is, how successful would he be as a focal point, right? And a guy who likes to dribble a lot, a guy who likes to shoot a lot, who plays a position that ostensibly is supposed to be about making other people better. I think, in a way, he's going to, if he gets what he wants and he actually goes to a team where he can be the focal point, there's going to be a huge learning curve because it's not going to be enough to average 30 a game, even on good percentages. At some point, people are going to want to see success. And as Ramona brought up, you look at the Cavs, when LeBron hasn't played, they're 4-20-something. They're terrible when LeBron doesn't play. That's with Kyrie, that's with Kevin Love, that's with all these other guys that go to the finals.
Who's the guy that started out on American Idol with Ryan Seacrest and then decided
Dunkelman.
Yeah, he's going to Dunkelman himself in this one, I think.
Ooh.
And you don't want to do that. Because where's that guy now?
He was on...
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Here's my last question. Kyrie has been to 3 straight NBA Finals. He was critical in winning one for the land. LeBron seemed to really respect him. That's what we thought. You know, never say never. I mean, is there a chance that these guys can figure this bad boy out and he will stay in Cleveland?
Never say never, but I'm saying never.
Oh, great.
I'm going ahead and breaking that rule. Look, this wasn't, respect everyone who broke the news, but it's not like you guys broke the news right when it happened. This was something, Ramona, right, that they've known for a while.
Are you starting a feud with Ramona?
That's okay. I won't go.
Yeah, they've known for a while. So this wasn't something that, Kyrie, like the whole, like LeBron was shocked and disappointed. No, he wasn't. They knew. They'd known about this. So at this point, everyone's moving in that direction to get this done because, again, teams want to get this stuff done, so they get to camp, and this is our team.
What they didn't want to have happen, though, was for this to get out publicly. Because now you don't have leverage, you don't have the element of surprise. I mean, everyone's going to get their offers in now, but these are not the best offers. The best offers would come like December or January when players who have signed contracts this summer can be traded. So as ugly as that might be, I could actually see a scenario where Kyrie is back in Cleveland for at least the first couple of months of this year.
My money is that he's going to come back. Because, Michelle knows I covered the New Jersey Nets from 2001 to 2006. I can't even tell you how many times Jason Kidd wanted to be traded. And so, but he didn't get traded.
How is that different?
There's so many times.
Flashback 10 years ago, 2007, in May, when Kobe Bryant goes on every radio station that would have and said, I want to be traded. I want to be on any other planet besides this one, right?
Yeah.
Then, May 30th, 2007. Yeah, as tough as it is to come to that conclusion, there's no other alternative. Guess what? He didn't get traded.
But there
was a deal from Chicago Bulls that he was picking out real estate in Chicago. It never happened. He came back, and then he goes to 3 more finals and wins 2 more titles.
The big difference in both those scenarios is you guys just both named franchise players.
Right.
He's not the franchise player.
Right, but
LeBron
in his mind...
But I'm just saying,
and he
like the difference between
be.
someone saying, get me out of here, like, we can't get you out of here, Kobe. You are everything for us.
Yeah.
We can't get you out of here, Jason Kidd. You are everything for us. We can't, we can get you out of here because LeBron's still here, and we can go get a bunch of stuff for you and still be competitive, and maybe even more competitive because the things that the guys that we bring back do is more compatible with what LeBron does.
How you say?
How you say?
Bad news, we've got Jeers. Oh, this guy.
Great news. Why is it always bad news?
Well, because, I don't know, actually. It's a great point. Jabari Blash. This is the second time I've said his name in 2 weeks. Okay. Padres Giants.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big surprise.
You know what? I think
Baseball player can't catch routine fly ball.
He knocked it down.
It only happens
really
every
hard.
single day in
Didn't get
baseball,
past him.
apparently.
You
Yeah.
really do have one job, in all fairness. Well, 2 jobs. You have to-
So it's trying not to run into.
Oh, look at this guy.
Yes.
Marwan.
Here's for Marwan Faledi.
Yeah.
Manchester United.
Yeah.
Wait, let me just. I want to see his hair again.
I mean, like, it was clearly in his eyes.
Yes. This is pretty bad.
Oh.
And he's offside. How's he not offside right there?
He's got Robin Lopez there.
Oh.
That's fantastic. 3 years from Mark Trumbo. Astros, Orioles.
Yeah.
He's never been good at
Come on, man.
I know, but he jumped like.
This is.
the running start where he tried to.
If you looked any more unathletic, you'd be playing golf right now.
Oh!
That's right.
What a segue.
Foreshadowing.
What a segue. A tee shot on 13th hole, ended up near the driving range. A row of trucks. It took him nearly 20 minutes to get the next shot set up. Still rallied on his third. Look at that shot. Look at that shot. I mean,
Oh my God!
it's like in the middle of the truck
Did
section.
his heart rate go up above 60 beats per minute?
Wait, did you not see him run up the hill? He's an athlete.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's like an athletic.
The light trot.
All kidding aside, like I know every year we have these. Well, is anyone going to care about golf without Tiger Woods? Which, by the way, has been asinine since day one. But that being said, this was compelling television yesterday. I cannot believe I'm sitting here fighting for this. It was must-see television.
What are you talking about, man?
If you like sports.
No, if
Ran up a hill and
if
looked
you
at the
like
ball.
sports,
No, he almost lost a lead that he had the whole time.
Yeah, it was a really
And it was
bad
a
shot.
comeback
He
moment.
came back.
must-see television if you like hobbies. It's must-see television if you like people having recreational Sunday afternoons. It's a must-see television.
People play soccer in the weekends.
No,
for
soccer
recreation.
actually.
What's that?
No. You actually have aerobic activity.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
proof positive.
That swing is
That's proof
awesome.
positive that golf is not a sport.
By the way, I put
Because you're
that swing on the
playing it.
internet, and 7 people want me to play in their charity tournament.
I was like the jorts.
Okay, I was at Disneyland with my niece, but I started following this on Twitter.
Yeah, there it is.
Yo, you actually burned more calories there than any golfer yesterday combined. All the golfers
I
combined.
started following this on Twitter because it seemed to me that you had an interest in what was going on.
I didn't even have it on. I was watching the campaign on TNT. I was watching the campaign on TNT.
With the pugs? That's a good one.
Yeah.
and so
But you were talking about it on Twitter.
I was talking about it because
So
I
you
saw
were
someone else
sucked
talk
in
about
too,
it.
weren't you?
It was funny.
All
What?
kidding. Look, I'm not going to watch every tournament. This isn't going to change the way things are done in the world. But this particular day was interesting.
Well, it was his moment where he was on a trajectory where he was up, and then he leveled off,
23.
right? Yeah, he's only 23. And,
Oh,
like,
no.
23.
23.
Hair before
In the NBA,
29.
that's an old man. You're on your 3rd contract by the time you're 23. You're like, oh, he's 23.
Like, get
Oh,
off my
the
lawn
little
right now.
baby is walking. He's saying, he's
all
using
about
full
not making some
sentences.
horrendous
Wait,
mistake
what
that then
argument are
sends
you
you into a
making?
I'm
jail
making
thing.
it like I'm not impressed by any of this.
He joined a lit. Why are you not impressed by any of this?
None of
He's
it.
like,
Okay, let's translate this into basketball terms. It's like DeAndre Jordan airballing 10 free throws in a row and then being put on the line to have to make free throws in the last minute of a finals game.
You know what the
Doing
difference
it.
is?
Is that good?
You know what the
No,
difference
not
is?
really.
Because when DeAndre shoots, they don't say, shh, everyone be quiet.
Yeah, they all do. They
He
go
has-
like this.
No, everyone be
No, 'cause
quiet.
that would insinuate
Everyone
that
be
DeAndre
quiet.
always
The
makes
baby
his
needs
free
to
throws.
concentrate on
Then
the
he-
shot.
the home crowd
Hey,
does.
don't take a picture. Don't take a
home crowd is
picture of me
quiet.
with Flash.
Jordan, by the way, for the record, Spieth is not like that.
If that were
The whole sport's like
if
that.
that were
Not like that.
Tiger yesterday, would you have tuned in?
Hell no.
No.
I don't watch golf. It's boring. It's
So even if
it's
it was
like
Tiger,
that.
you wouldn't
Do
Sunday
you watch
red.
people play pool?
Because if Tiger did the
Do you
same thing, the
watch
internet
people
would
play
have
broke.
dominoes?
It's not the same
You-
thing.
It is the
No,
same
it's not the
thing.
same thing.
My cardio goes up higher during dominoes.
If you walk 18 holes, I promise you, you're
Oh
burning
my God!
calories.
You walk the 18 hole. Oh wait! Let's not forget the
Have
crouch.
you taken a look at this man?
He crouches. They crouch.
Have
There's a lot of
we-
crouching.
Let
They
me ask
crouch.
you this.
He
When's the
was-
last time you put out any sort of athletic effort and made a sweat happen anywhere on your body?
You're looking at it right now,
No,
America.
I'm not. It's the most unathletic thing I've ever been around in my whole life.
But by the way, Marcellus and Keyshawn, the marquee race. There's an undercard to that. I don't know if you guys know.
I don't care.
And we're gonna see about all that athleticism talk that you be talking all the time. I'll let you jibber jabber all the time.
I'm not racing you. I'll be in Detroit for Jalen's charity tournament. Oh, look at that.
Look at
By the
that,
way,
America.
For the record, I would beat you.
Look at that, America.
Actually, I would take Beetle in that race.
Yes.
Put some on it.
I think I might take Beal.
Put some on it. Name a
That'd
day.
be super quick.
Name
Did
a
you see that
day.
sprint across the-
We do it right now.
We'll do it tomorrow.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Fine.
Yes.
I would take her like in a push-up contest right now.
Coming in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Switching. Another big baller.
No.
Oh, yeah, he can't do push-ups. Are you kidding me? LeVar Ball pulled his players off the court.
Big baller.
AAU
Let's
tournament
go.
in Anaheim Saturday after complaining about
Let's go.
receiving a technical. His team was winning, by the way, and then they had to forfeit the game. All right. These are still children.
They
by
did
the
not
way.
look like they wanted to go.
Are we okay? I'm not going to say we. Are you okay with LeVar pulling his team off and
No,
forfeiting?
what are you doing?
I don't know.
This is like AAU ball. Calm down. Let the kids play. They were winning the game too.
Of course they were.
There are 800 AAU games. I mean, who cares if they
Are you
walk off?
kidding me?
Ridiculous.
I don't
Big
care.
picture here, dude.
What's the
This
big
guy's
picture?
He's supposed to be the dad here, not the focal point, as he tends to want to be all the time. Look at him.
And you
I'm
know
all
that
right
you're
with
being
it.
videoed. You know this is going to be a story.
That's why he's doing it.
But that's not a
They
good
got
reason.
no, because they have they got their own show now, their reality show. This is all content, ladies and gentlemen.
But
You
there
have-
are other people there. Like, it's not your world as much as he thinks it's his
Hey
world.
man, when
there are a
get-
lot of
when
other
you sign up to be
people
on Triple B's, you're a part of his world now.
I do
That's
think there's a
probably
method
true,
to
yeah.
his madness.
There is a method to the
I do
madness.
think there's a method. I do think there's some genius to him every now and then.
Whoa.
Perhaps, because I mean,
With a
listen,
G.
everything he has done has created a stir. And I think that's his end game all the time. Now is he maybe perhaps teaching a lesson to the refs or to his kids?
Yeah.
I don't know. But in this case, I do agree with Beto. I don't think you want to teach your kids a lesson by pulling them off the court. And the other kids, too. They were
Yeah,
playing
they're
against
Let me
just
say
his
this.
kids.
Let me put this in the best context that I can. Kris Jenner may not be the best parent in the world, but she's pretty good at managing the business aspect.
And they have
of
made a
that.
lot of
She
money for a
literally
lot of
marketed
years.
a porn featuring her own.
Not the best parent in the world. Not the best parent in the
So
world.
yeah, she's
Not the best parent.
killing the
So you
game.
can
But
Yeah,
no,
I like
but
that
financially, no matter if she writes rhymes, she writes checks.
And you're a father.
I wouldn't do that.
Moving from the Big Baller brand to the Big Apple. This is all Ohm. 3 months ago, Kristaps Porzingis skipped an exit interview with the Knicks out of frustration for his team's dysfunction. But after a front office reshuffle, hey, guess what? He's recently come back around on being a Knick.
Yes.
While answering a question at a Latvian basketball camp, his quote was, I feel that it is the best place to win.
Latvia?
And if you win in New York, you are king. The last 2 years, I have had so many positive emotions here that this is where
More
I want
accent.
to stay and that this is where I want to win. If he dies, he dies.
There you go.
I mean, I know it's not the same country. Do not tweet me. Do you buy?
Hold on. Let me throw this to Ohm, because Ohm's the guy who's there. He's got his.
Do you
post-
buy this? Any of that?
Listen, Unicorn, okay, as we refer to him in New York, sounds a lot like Carmelo Anthony.
Who gave him that name, by the way?
Kevin Durant.
Obviously, it doesn't. He won. He won his big battle. He won against Phil. That's what he already won. That's what he wanted. He wanted Phil out. I mean, is he
That's
going to win
fair.
in New York? No, it's not going to happen. He just sounds just like Carmelo. He just wants to be in New York.
Well, the question is this Porzingis talking or his brother talking? Right? I mean, Porzingis is still a young guy, okay? And for the biggest part of his career, his brother has been leading him the way. Most of the quotes you ever see from Porzingis come from his older brother, Giannis, right?
I do.
And
That does sound like him, though.
Yeah.
As having been in a locker room,
after
that does
many
sound like him.
conversations.
What's he
with
supposed
the
to
people
say,
around.
though? Like,
But
you
here's
have to say
my
something
thing.
positive.
Ohm hit it on the head. When he was upset about the way things were being run, and for better or worse, he attributed that to Phil Jackson.
Sure.
Now, if you ask me, I sit down with Kristaps and say, look, Phil was a big part of the problem, but the problem is still there because it's still the Knicks, and not much has changed. But what it seems like is that he's like, my beef was with that guy. That guy's gone. I'm willing
I
to
don't
start.
think his beef was all with Phil, though, guys. I think part of the reason why I think this deteriorated the way it did is because, look, Carmelo Anthony, he wants to go, they want him to go. I think that this idea that he would stay there is just because they haven't found a trade that they like yet. But every other guy in that locker room, they're gonna back the player. They're not gonna back the front office, especially a guy like Phil Jackson when he's made so many enemies around the league. And so Porzingis was sort of like, I just don't really want to get into all this. So I'm just gonna go and leave and not go to Mac's interview and not talk to the media because this way I don't have to deal with it.
But it was a lot. I think it was Dolan. It was that
think
whole
it was
Oakley
Dolan.
thing.
The Oakley
I think
thing.
that was.
Oh, no, it was a mess this year.
Like,
Plus, how does he like playing for Jeff Hornacek in that system? What's the system they're going to run this year? I think
still there.
there are so many questions that he needs to have answered, and we don't really know how he feels because most of the time it's his brother speaking for him.
But to be fair, that is a pretty big change to have the.
That's right.
I mean, if you want to point to one thing that got Phil Jackson up out of there, it was probably that Porzingis' relationship was deteriorating with the team, and at that point the team's like, whoa, Look, we love you, Phil. We don't love you
Is
that
that
much.
Dolan making a choice, picking a side?
I feel like, yeah, it has to be, right?
Along with the Carmelo thing, and not like, you know, buying him out of his contract.
Back to why Phil is out is, like, Dolan essentially said, I'm paying you a lot of money to fix things, and these are difficult problems and difficult egos, but you're getting paid that much money to fix this. So if you can't fix it, then you got to go.
I feel like I could have fixed it for 7
I think you could have.
a year.
6.9.
Well, you fixed Marcellus.
You were going to undercut me like that?
Absolutely.
You're the worst.
No,
Ramona,
that's just my
Wrangle
favorite
him.
number.
you get to leave.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank
Bless you. Go break some news. Do whatever you do. Coming up.
Got breaking news.
Even though Danny Ainge retired 22 years ago, he's still getting dunked on. Flesh and blood, people.
Some things never change.
No.
Didn't flop this time, though. Didn't flop.
How dare you?
He used to flop really good.
By the way, that's not... Time for the Sports Nation Mailbag, America's fastest growing segment involving mail in a bag. Random people sending questions. We will answer all
Are
of
these
them.
real questions, or are we making them
No,
up?
these are real.
From real people.
Questions from real Americans.
Okay.
First up, Andy from Omaha, Nebraska says, why didn't Michael Phelps race a real shark? I'm as hot as fish grease. I wasted an hour of my life waiting to see Phelps take on Jaws. This was the absolute worst. Are you as irate as I am?
When did Omaha move to Mississippi?
I have no idea. Michael Phelps raced a computer-generated simulation of a shark, and apparently America is not happy. Oh, God. Is this the biggest disappointment of your life?
No, the biggest disappointment of my life would probably be that I was in love with Debbie Gibson and, you know, I couldn't get a date with her back in the day.
Great.
No.
Shed a
Okay,
tear.
I'm about to use Amin as a human shield here because I know you're about to go off on
Oh,
me.
no, don't do this.
I
just got to like
legitimately,
you.
up on this, like, you know, his press tour, I was thinking, how's this going to work out? Are they going to have him, like, in some sort of big, controlled environment where they're going to have glass in between them and somehow have, like, bait on the other side and the great white shark was going to go after some sort of huge piece of meat and Michael Phelps is going to try and swim on the other side? That's what I legitimately thought.
Yo.
Oh,
Thank you.
No, hold on.
Thank you.
God.
Yes.
Do you think
I am that segment of America that was thinking that it
y'all
might
thought
actually
like
happen.
a swimming
wanna
coach
cuss
was
so
gonna,
bad
was
right
gonna
now.
coach him up like, you know, here we go, Shark. This is what we're gonna do.
The shark
We're gonna
has
go
a
here
name.
to there. What's his name?
Frank.
Frank. Need you to get there. Okay, and then I eat him. Like, no, there's no eating. You
Well,
just
when do
go.
I eat him?
Well, there's no eating though. But you get to go in a straight line, really, really fast. I'm not following. That's what the shark said.
You want to shake me violently right
I
now,
want
don't you?
to. I want
you just
By the
wanna
way,
shake me.
the
I either need to
CGI on that
cuss
was
or
terrible.
hit something. Those are the two things I have right now because I never even clicked on anything. Anytime that anyone was talking about this stupid race, I was like, that's not possible.
Not real.
This is not happening. And yet, America was disappointed that a great white shark did not line up against Michael Phelps and race.
It wouldn't be the first time in the last year America has disappointed us massively by falling for
Wow!
Really
Stick to
idiotic.
sports. Next up, Richard from Seattle, says Pete Carroll thinks holographic robots are the future of the NFL. What would that look like? How would that work? What does it all even mean? I'm so confused. Well, here's what Pete Carroll said. One thing that I look forward to is that someday sports will be played by robots. There will be a way, whether holographic or whatever, where players could play the game, but they are not the ones to get hurt. Then they could play forever.
Should I be the one to break his heart right now?
Yes.
Should I be the one to break his heart? You know what, Pete? You're absolutely right. They've already actually developed it. It's called Madden.
It's a video game.
Wait, holographic? We're basically saying like characters on the screen are playing football, but people are controlling these characters, but not actually getting hurt.
No, he's
that's
like
called Madden.
Tested today.
He's kind of
It's
like
Madden.
He's kind of like being John Connor. He's trying to predict the future. He came back.
A
in time.
future
It's
that
like
has
Terminator.
already
Wait a minute,
happened for the last 20 years?
I think he wants like 3D action, which P.S. in his defense, we've seen robots play soccer already at this point. Yes, we've seen that. It's the
It
thing that
looked
exists
terrible.
somewhere on planet
It
Earth.
was terrible. Look
No,
at
it was
it.
great. Look at this. It's really high tech, fast moving, a lot of
He's not
action.
flopping. He's flopping.
Oh, brother. It's like
Oh.
I would pay $20 for that.
How can you tell whose team is on whose team?
I don't know.
They're all wearing black.
It's like a foosball table.
But, wait,
came to
but
life.
do the robots do nipple twisting too, like they do in real life soccer?
That's when you know we've reached something. Pete Carroll. I'm going to lock some people in a room. Pete Carroll, Kyrie Irving. Who else comes up with
Someone
these
from
combinations?
Westworld.
Someone from Westworld. Okay, we have 7 seconds left. I don't even know what else to say. Like, guys, I can't.
Nah.
By the way, that's 2 stupid things.
Yes.
Let's make it 3.
Come on, mailbag.
Next up, Michael from Tallahassee, Florida.
Now you got
says,
the accent.
I don't have a son, but if I ever have one, he will not dunk on me.
More emphasis. He will not dunk on me.
Danny needs to sign over all parental rights as the relationship is ruined and can
Ruined.
never be saved. Beetle, do you agree Ainge should disown his son? Oh, wow. All right, so he gets posterized by his son.
I like the hezzy.
Ah!
That's a really nice move.
You know what? Shout out for sharing it with social media, or however we got
No,
this.
look, he does it because then people can get off jokes like, oh, now he traded his son for 7 first round picks.
Hey, Danny Ainge, where are your first-round picks now?
No. Why are you so combative all of a sudden? Wait, O was all nice about the Shark.
To save you now, Danny.
Nice about Madden.
Let me get this straight. You believed a shark was going to race Michael
Yes,
Phelps,
totally.
and you're willing to tell the world that.
Yes.
Also,
Now you're just going to get mad at Danny Ainge for playing with his kids in the proper way a father should.
I feel like I'm talking for a lot of Boston Celtics fans.
I also feel like the youngest one over there.
Didn't even try?
You
Yeah,
reach,
yeah.
I teach, man. That's what that happened right there.
Nets-
You try to reach. Way to keep the pivot foot. by the way.
Nets fans need to put Billy King's face on the kid dunking on Danny Ainge, just to, to make them feel better.
No, that won't make him feel better.
Do you think he put that on the internet to feel relatable to the rest of us?
Absolutely. That's the only reason why any celebrity
Like
does any of this stuff.
self-deprecating?
Yeah, look at me. I'm just like you guys.
Hey, everybody.
I have kids.
Not everybody has kids.
We have 20 more seconds.
How do you have
Who
20 more
budgeted this?
seconds?
We just spoke for like 4 hours.
Can we
and
just
still have
keep the 20
more
seconds and roll them over to a topic we like? Or do we? Okay, all right, let's do that.
Roll over. There you go.
Kevin from New York says, Iron Man is real. I repeat,
Why is he-
Iron Man is real.
Why is she got to read it like that?
This might be the coolest thing I've ever seen, Beetle. Do you want to fly around in a jet-powered super suit? I mean,
I haven't seen this. They told me not to look
Inventor
this up.
Richard Browning was flying around the streets of San Diego at Comic-Con, and he's able to levitate above the ground thanks to his Tony Stark-inspired jet-powered super suit. Yes, I do want this. How much is this?
Okay, this is
my
what I'm going
God.
to say.
I don't hate
want
it.
this.
Can I get a little higher, though?
I don't want to be the first person.
I
to
do.
this.
Well, you're not. This guy already did it.
No, I don't want to be in the first
Hey,
10 people.
You know who would do that? Brooke Lopez. Let's sign Brooke
They don't
Lopez
make-
up.
they don't make
Brooke
it
Lopez
happen.
is supposed to go to Comic-Con. I'm going to take him, and we're going to put him in that suit.
And then the Lopez family will sue you after he is maimed and dismembered.
Wait, if you just saw this dude do it, right?
Yeah.
Like, so we're watching him do this. He's
Okay.
taking out of his trunk of his car just like a regular person
Like
would.
a regular Joe.
Why? What more do you need? Because I'll be honest with you, I've seen enough to know I would like to do this.
No, I need like widespread, like people have crashed and died, and now we know it's gotten to a point
Gotta be honest
where
with you,
people
that's
aren't
dark.
dying. I'm telling you, we watched this documentary called Action Park last week when I was on the
Who's
Levitard
we?
show. I was on the Levitard show.
Okay.
And they had these rides that they would literally crash test dummies. They would get decapitated. And they wouldn't open the ride until at least one dummy was not decapitated. That was their their standard.
Can I make the counter here?
Sure.
This thing clearly looks really fun and amazing, and you're not that high off the ground potentially that you could always sort of
I
safely
love the
land.
music. I can't get enough of
It's
it.
the generic Superman theme,
Yeah.
if you haven't figured that out yet.
He's not in the most controlled environment there, though. He could fly into something.
Yeah,
So
it's
you're
a
worried about
wall.
some sort of a freak accident.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and look how bulky it is. Like Iron Man's thing is just like two little ones on his
like-
head.
Oh, I'm sorry he didn't get Tony Stark's outfit right on the
Just
first
saying.
Like, have you ever tried that thing in the water where the water
Oh, I haven't,
boost
but
and
I-
Oh,
you
where it
do
goes,
stuff?
shoo.
You done
That
that?
thing is hard.
Have you
Oh, there's
done,
more.
Have you done it?
Oh, no, I didn't even know there was more. I thought we were done.
Oh.
Next up, Jamie from Houston, Texas says, everyone is doing the drive-by dunk challenge, but I think it's disrespectful. There will be no strangers dunking on my court. What do y'all think? Oh, we're going to Texas for this one, aren't we? That's not going to work out. Spice Adams took the dunk challenge to another level, adding post moves, his vintage jab steps. God, he is my favorite person on the internet.
The jab step is the best.
jab
The
step
little,
is
the little kick with the
everything.
foot, the back foot. Like, oh man, I love it. But the drive-by dunk challenge is not a real challenge, man.
Why is it not?
Because it started by who? By Jaylen Brown, right? It was all set up, man. Those people knew.
Right, but regular folks are going to start.
Yeah, and
here's where my problem
someone's gonna
is.
get shot.
That's what I worry about. I'm
Well,
legitimately not trying to be
don't
funny
do it
here.
in certain states where you know your life is going to be in danger if you go on somebody's property.
So do it in Canada. Got it.
Basically, parts of Canada, because it's spreading.
Oh.
I do think that. Like, I thought when I first saw this, I was like, oh, it's kind of, yeah, this is, good God.
Wait, this is like at a random. No, yes.
Okay, or that could happen.
You know what, Beetle? I'm always anti-pets, anti-dogs, but right there, I'm with you on that one.
You hate everything. That's a you
that's
problem.
not
You
true.
need therapy. I will say, I do think that some kid somewhere might try to be funny, and this could end badly. That's all. That's what worries me. I'm going to let 9 seconds ride out in silence. Let's just make the TV awkward. Coming up after the break, there's a crisis in Cleveland and Kyrie wants out. Guys, any chance the Cavs can turn things around? Yeah, they don't.
Sports Nation.
It's time for Too Many Angles, Kyrie Chaos Edition.
Well, we have been. I didn't sleep all weekend long ever since Friday when Kyrie's trade requests came through. I slept fine. Voice upstairs. Let's do this.
Hey guys, any chance Kyrie and the Cavs can just work this out?
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, he's tired of playing second fiddle to LeBron, which, hello, everyone does. According to the latest by Ramona, Wendy, and Dave McMenamin, he's chafed about how his peers, such as Damian Lillard and John Wall, were the center of their franchises and cater to accordingly. Yeah, but they're not going to the finals. I mean,
see, here's the thing. It's that second line, that last line. Cater to accordingly. That's the part that Jason. Like, people are like, oh, if you go to Minnesota, you're not going to be the man or whatever. It's not about that. It's just about being treated at least as an equal with the other faces of the franchise. In Cleveland, he was never going to be that, not as long as LeBron did.
And I also think because he got his championship, now he can be like, I want to experience what John Wall and Damian Lillard have, while they want what he has.
He wants to be wooed, wined and dined.
Not just wooed, wined and dined, but just the idea of having influence in the organization. You know, being able to say...
He wants to be the centerpiece.
Yeah.
But he also realizes the two gentlemen that he's referencing are also not going to the finals, right? So you're going to get all these fun, like, warm fuzzies.
He's done the whole thing is, I've done the finals thing. Now I want to see what it's like to build it on my own and not just be the other guy, the little brother.
Let me take my own franchise to the finals and show that I am the man.
But that, I think, is where everyone's sort of saying, well, let's hold up a second. You're not taking anything to anything.
Here's the thing. We can't win, right? A guy goes to a winning team because he wants to win. Oh, you loser. A guy goes to a winning team to go to his own team. Oh, you loser. Like,
no, I don't have a problem with anyone going to win.
No, I'm not talking about you, but I'm talking about the reaction of people. They reacted poorly to Kevin Durant going to Golden State. And now Kyrie's essentially doing the opposite. He's going from a championship.
Which I think we think sounds crazy. But it sounds counterproductive. Yeah. All right, next.
What is the best fit for Kyrie if he leaves?
Well, look, he didn't just say that he wanted out. He also helped us, and he gave us a list of teams that he'd like to go to. According to our Chris Haynes, the teams are New York, Miami, San Antonio, and Minnesota. Pick one. Best fit.
Best fit if you want to win. San Antonio, of
course.
But I think he wants so much more than that. Yeah. I don't think it is just simply about winning. So let's take San Antonio out. I think it's probably Minnesota. Because I think you go to Minnesota, you have the parts around you that you can win, but you would still be the man. Right. The man.
Do you think he would be the man on that team?
On Minnesota? I think he has a chance to be the man between those names. Jimmy Butler.
Good names.
But Jimmy Butler, again, is a peer. That's a friend of his, right?
Okay.
Towns is the younger brother. He'd actually be the little brother in the situation, right? It's not like LeBron. Again, LeBron is a guy who's so domineering of a personality, not in a negative way, but just when LeBron's on your team, it's LeBron's team.
Right.
It doesn't matter. LeBron go to Golden State tomorrow, it'd be his team. So, yeah, it would. We could, maybe tomorrow. Right. But here's the thing. The best fit we all know where? Stay East. Go to the 305.
Oh, my God.
There you go.
Oh, you're back on Heat Island?
Yeah, I'm back on Heat Island. Hey, Kyrie. Hey, man, you want to win, but also get the credit? Come down to Miami. Pat Riley will show you the way. He'll show you the true meaning of the dark side.
Put the rings on the table.
Rings on the table, baby. I wore this just for this question.
Oh, thank you.
I wore the hoodie the whole show just for this question.
I'm really glad you saved that
for us. This is great.
Us.
The Miami Heat sent me this, by the way. This is great.
Well, I mean, do you claim that on your tax forms?
Of course.
He doesn't. He's lying, IRS.
I don't follow
Next.
Is Kyrie pulling an old LeBron?
Oh, brother. Woj this weekend on ESPN.com wrote that Kyrie's trade request isn't a betrayal of LeBron James, but an honoring of him, adding that James is responsible for the empowerment of the modern basketball superstar. Oh, that's a fun way to look at it, Amin. Is he pulling a LeBron in that sense?
Well, I mean, as soon as the news broke and everyone was so focused about him being the man, that was the first thing I said. It's not about being the man. It's about doing to LeBron what LeBron would end up doing to you, meaning people were saying, oh, if LeBron were leaving, he'd tell Kyrie. He didn't even tell Dwayne Wade, his true best friend in the league, before he left Miami, before he let Dwayne Wade opt out of a huge 2-year guaranteed sum of money. So what Kyrie is doing here is a lot of things. Part of it is I want to be the focal point. Part of it is I want to be the man of the franchise. Part of it is I don't like where Cleveland is going. But part of it is, I'm going to get out of here before LeBron does it to me.
Every NBA star is his own corporation, and he's got to take care of him first. And this is the one thing that I give credit to his agent, Jeff Wexler. They are doing a preemptive strike, looking ahead of the line, saying, LeBron's gone, we don't want to be stuck in Cleveland. Now, we have no power. The only power we have is to request a trade. From here on out, if Kyrie really wants out, because I don't think Cleveland's going to trade him anytime soon, he's got to create a stink if he really wants to get out, and he's going to have to be basically a cancer in the locker room.
That was the most real answer we ever gave to one of these questions.
I know, I feel weird about it. Let's keep going then. Next.
Another one?
Would signing Derrick Rose make things a little better?
For whom? According to Woj, Derrick Rose is meeting with the Cavs in Ohio today, and yeah, he's leaning towards the Cavaliers' opportunity. I mean, D-Rose, is that going to make this sting a little less?
I mean, D-Rose is definitely an upgrade over D-Will, who basically looked done in the playoffs. But D-Rose, okay, listen, if you listen to Phil Jackson, D-Rose is still one of the elite scoring guards in the league, as he said in one of his last press conferences. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, D-Rose doesn't make them any more of a challenge to Golden State than anybody else.
You know, it's funny you said D-Will. I couldn't figure out which D-Will you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, no.
They were both terrible for Cleveland.
Yeah, that was fair.
D-Rose, how about D-Nose? No. Yeah, you got it. Yo, this is one of the funniest rumors to come out in the early stages of the story was people saying that Kyrie wanted to leave because he was upset that the Cavs were courting Derrick Rose.
A lot of stories coming out.
Like he'd be threatened by that. I said, him being threatened by Derrick Rose, that's like, I don't know, that's like Beto being threatened by me to host a show.
Yeah, that would never happen. Next.
That Kevin Love thinks life is amazing?
Well, look, the third member of the Cavs Big Three was asked on Twitter, how are things? To which he responded, life is amazing, no complaints, things are a little peculiar.
Ooh, there goes
no
that word
again. Now go kick some rocks.
Okay, that was a little
I don't know about the last part there. I would have believed him until the last part. Is he buying what he's selling?
In some sense, yes. Life is amazing for him because for the first time, he's not the center of the Cavs like storm. Like they're talking about other guys, trading other guys.
Until the season starts.
Well, no, I mean like this is the story until the trade gets done.
Right.
But no one's talking about Kevin Love anymore. About how Kevin Love has to go, about how it's Kevin Love's fault. So that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, he gets to enjoy his life. He's got a hot girlfriend. Like what? How? His life's not bad.
What his girlfriend?
See, this whole thing right here, this whole thing works out in LeBron's favor because now when he really leaves Cleveland, nobody will hate him for leaving. He has the perfect excuse to leave now.
Brilliant.
LeBron?
Nobody can. Yes, he comes out smelling like roses when he leaves Cleveland.
LeBron always had the perfect excuse to leave Cleveland. You know what it is? It's Cleveland. I got you guys a championship. You're welcome.
Velo, are you good with that? All right, guess not. Next.
There's more?
Can you relate to LeBron's heavy heart?
1,000 angles. This weekend, he posted himself vibing to Meek Mill's new track, Heavy Heart. We cannot play this music because we don't have a budget, but I can read you the lyrics. Damn, the game left me with a heavy heart. The streets left me with a heavy heart. Bleep, said they with you when they really not.
Oh. Yo.
Can you relate to that heavy
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, see, Amin will know this. I wish this were in the 90s, okay? Because then he could come up with some good R&B slow
90s
jam.
R&B.
How about some new edition, Can You Stand the Rain? That would be a good message to Kyrie, okay?
Almost sang it.
I almost sang
Will
it
you
down.
gonna stand the rain?
Yo, we went into karaoke mode immediately.
I was ready to go.
See, Beetle can do Johnny Gill. She can do the
Yes, I can do Johnny Gill. Yes, I can. I do. I hope that that's not the only sort of passive-aggressive stuff we're going to get. It's one of the best things he does.
It's got to be so much
He's good at it.
right? He's good at it, but then also you think to yourself, dude, you're the face of the sport. Why
would you care?
Why are you doing this?
Because he can, dude.
Because
he can.
Thanks.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'll ask these dudes if they would ever
white people, you never see something.
Hey, I wouldn't do that either.
That's because you're not black.
That's a good point.
Oh, I mean, white.
Wait, what? First up, little kid's name is Calvin, and no one is better than Calvin. I mean, dude, is that real? Is that not edited?
Is that Calvin
Look,
Murray?
it's one shot.
I'm calling edited. Yeah, but if you're good at editing,
No,
you can figure that out.
I'm sorry. That's real.
No, because you just start him here again, and then you do it.
No, but look, there's no jump. Where's the jump?
It's a good editor. You think movies have jumps in them?
Yes, you can tell the jump.
Oh, you are.
You
You'll
know,
always tell them on the camera.
You do know that
Never
John Calipari has already gone to the house to recruit.
I know, that's what makes me uncomfortable, actually. This isn't, there's no, you know what? I'm not trying to disparage this young man's name, but there is no way this video is real. I'm sorry.
Why are you such a hater? Why do you hate everything?
I'm sorry, America, but don't be fooling yourselves. Loser, caution, this man's life isn't dangerous enough.
Oh, my God.
You know how long it took me to realize the slide was there? I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was just jumping off a cliff onto a pit.
He could not have done this on the first take. He had to hit that fence or hit something or hit those rocks. On top of that, look how rocky the water is.
Oh, my God, man. I can't watch this.
This makes my stomach hurt.
You know why? You know why you would do that.
Because of this reason right now. You get to be on Sports
Nation. It was all worth it. All the scrapes, all the bruises.
Beetle made him a star.
This guy would have
Where
loved
is
Action
that?
Park, by the way. Class Action
It's
Park.
not just that. Just throw away whatever else. This can't feel good. That initial jump.
Exactly.
Everything has to.
How well lubricated is that slide?
I'm out. Oh, gross. Winner enthusiasm. Mike Trout hit a solo shot yesterday in an Angels win, and there's one fan that just can't handle it. It's just too much.
You know what? I got to say something here because I understand most of us agents are supposed to be good at math, but at least look like you are athletic and at least look like you can make this catch. Don't act like that's the first catch you ever made. Come on. Represent Asian Nation here.
I'm going to be over here on my phone. I'm not touching that. With a 10-foot pole, she said. I mean,
That's the first catch he ever made in his life. Look at him.
He did act surprised that he caught it.
We edited it.
Yeah, like that kid's video. Winner, Ronaldo McDonaldo. Excuse me? Someone invited Ronaldo McDonald to the Man U Real Madrid match this weekend. I don't like anything that's happening.
Did he play or no? He just says what's up. Wow! I thought it would have been cool if he started like dribbling with the ball, juggling or whatever.
Oh, like they put a plant in there?
Yeah.
Listen, McDonald's keeps making Ronald sound even creepier and creepier. I just saw the preview for It the other night.
Oh,
Dunkirk.
That'd be great.
I am not seeing that. Clowns creep me out.
Clowns are monsters.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not an adult when it
clowns
comes
are
to clowns.
awful. I'm not.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not scared of clowns,
harvest.
but Ronald McDonald does have a certain, shall we say, vibe about him.
But he doesn't look like the
Let's just say that Ronald McDonald doesn't see anything wrong with a little bump
He
and
does
climb.
not look like the Ronald McDonald we grew up with, I mean.
I just think it's funny to push McDonald's at a sporting event. Winner strategy. Just before the Marlins-Reds game yesterday, this young fan named Leo took it upon himself to kick D. Gordon. Why not? I mean, what is that? But there has to be a reason. Am I missing something?
And now D. Gordon's out for 3 weeks because baseball players go on
Non-contact,
DL.
yeah.
You know what? That video is fake, too. All these kids are fake.
Everything is all set up.
It's full of lying kids.
This is a very dark turn for the show today.
I don't like it. If you're under the age of 5, I don't trust you.
Ronald McDonald
Or your people.
accusations of doctoring of tape.
Yeah, is this whole last block going to edit out?
I think so.
All right, that's fine.
We
with
had
me.
the whole
You have
Asian
my permission, I
stereotype
guess.
segment.
Yeah, way to go. Oh.